Hello everyone, we're back for another draft. This time it is the Nega Cube. N-E-G-A. I think it stands for negative, but in any case, what the general idea of this cube is that it has a bunch of cards that you wouldn't normally see in cubes. So things a little bit lower power level in a generic cube of some variety, but still cards that are still quite good in comparison to, you know, just a normal draft format, of course. There are going to be a lot of, not new cards here, but maybe cards that a lot of non-enfranchised players won't recognize as much. I'm just going to go over the best cards per pack. And starting with this one, we have a Maelstrom Wanderer, 7/5 haste. Creatures you control have haste, and then it double cascades when it enters the battlefield. So a pretty fun card, if nothing else. A bunch of other strong cards here, of course, but I don't really have that much time to go into it. But yeah, we'll just first pick the 8-drop here that has Cascade, and gives your creatures haste. So seems like a pretty fun one overall. Second pick, if we want to go down this Maelstrom Wanderer route, let's see, we have a Grand Warlord Rada. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana in your command and talent. So this is a good way to ramp. It's a good creature. Krenko is very solid. If your opponent doesn't answer it, it often just wins the game on its own. Retrofitter Foundry is another super strong card. There's a Talisman of Impulse for some more ramp here. Shivan Reef for some excellent fixing. But I think we're going to take the fixing in ramp and ramp here in the form of the Talisman. Let's just go kind of all in immediately on this Maelstrom Wanderer plan. I think that sounds pretty fun. Now, third pick, lots of good red, green, and blue cards. We have like the Seagate Oracle, Skittering Surveyor, a little bit of ramp here in the form of Voyaging Satyr, Demon Bolt. But as you can see, a lot of these cards, again, in a classic cube, you wouldn't really expect these ones. These are not necessarily the B team, but just less useful per se. Anyways, I think my top picks here are like Bolt and Oracle. Surveyor's good, but I think I'm just going to go with the removal spell here. I've done a couple of these cubes already, and every time so far it's been a very creature-heavy format. Aggressive format, I will say. So getting that early removal seems pretty good here. As next pick, probably just going to take the Rishkar. Totally reasonable creature, does some ramping. Could also consider like taking the Neheb, I suppose. It's another way to kind of ramp into something else. Could also just take like the Tidings for a card draw. I mean, again, the Maelstrom Wanderer is 3 colors, so don't really know which route I want to go. Maybe I do just take the Tidings. I'm always down for some card draw. Let's do that. Great pack here for us. Wow. Fantastic pack here for us. In fact, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to pick. Coiling Oracle is amazing. Behold the Multiverse, pretty good. Reign of Revelation, Yavimaya Coast, Edge of Autumn. A bunch of different ways to ramp and fix here. It's so hard for me to pass a Coiling Oracle, though. This card is just so much value. It's either a 1/1 that draws a card for 2 mana, or a 1/1 that ramps you for 2 mana, so you can't really go wrong. I'm going to go ahead and just take that and see what happens. Okay, once again, a bunch of other strong cards. Now, from what I've seen of this set so far, I think we actually want to take the Slagstorm here. A lot of decks go wide. There's like a bunch of like red-black sacrifice decks. There are a bunch of white aggro decks. I think the Slagstorm here is my pick. But that's based off of me having played 2 drafts already of this format. If I didn't know that, I would probably just take one of these counters here. But the Slagstorm just seems way, way too good. Very important card. Easy Fertile Ground now for me. Let's see, Vivid Creek, good one. I don't even know what this Nahiri does. Oh, that's the one that makes warriors. Cascade, remember, is a cast ability. So I cannot, for example, see the Unwritten, the Maelstrom Wanderer, and get the Cascade. You have to cast it. Ooh, another fantastic pick here for us. I'm going to go with the Palaka Worm over the Bark Channel Pathway. Seems like a really Another strong creature to have here. Alright, I'm liking this. We're going to do some like teamer ramp nonsense. I don't know if this is a really good strategy in the cube. It's just first picking a Maelstrom Wanderer. Kind of want to go off and have some fun with this. I remember in, I think it was a legendary cube or something. There was some cube on Magic Online where this was like the absolute best card. And it's always a fun one. How can you not have fun when you're cascading, you know, twice? Okay, this is the wheel pack. We did not get anything of note for us. I suppose a Manic Vandal for the sideboard could be useful. This is not a May, so probably not going to want to start it in the main deck if I have too many artifacts, but it's a good sideboard card. What other cards can we wheel? Probably a couple of other burn spells I'm forgetting about. I don't think Magma Spray could wheel. I don't quite recall how many cards were left in that pack, but I think there are a few other good green ramp cards we could potentially wheel too. We'll see. If I'm lucky, I just wheel some of the teamer lands, though I'm not really expecting that. Okay, but we did, in fact. We wheeled quite a few cards in this pack alone. There's the Rada back. Don't know if that quite fits the deck. Shivan Reef, though, fantastic. Boon of the Wishgiver wouldn't be terrible. Pondering Mage, but let's go with that fixing. That juicy fixing. And then we have like a 2-mana 3/3, which is fine. A Primal Might, which is okay. And then like a Mog War Marshal. Again, nothing too exciting here. I guess the Mog War Marshal can be like a good road bump versus the aggressive decks, but I don't think that's a card I'm going to want to start. It gives me good hope, though, if we're seeing a lot of the cards in our colors come back around. Okay, there's Neheb. Again, don't think I'm going to start this in the deck, but it's not awful. I mean, baseline, it's a 4-mana 5/4 trample. And then the ability, of course, is all just upside, as we do wheel a Rain of Revelation. That's a good one. Another good card draw effect there for us. I guess the Neheb can like filter our draws in a sense. Oh, we did wheel a Memory Lapse. Okay. This is the pack that had a bunch of counter spells in it, I believe. Maybe we can wheel one more good card. No. Not the one we want. All right, but a pretty good first pack after first picking the Maelstrom Wanderer and kind of forcing it. Is it even forcing if your colors are just open? Probably. Anyways. Yeah, another really strong pack here for us. Man, Sword of Truth and Justice. Is this a good one? No, not the one we want. There are quite a few pingers in this format. I had a pretty fun deck with Basilisk Collar and like Goblin Sharpshooter and Spike Shot Elder. The Elder was in pack 1, I remember, but it's a card that you can do some silly things with. I think here for us, we're probably looking at Battle of Frost and Fire, Chromatic Star, Migration Path. Overgrowth's okay. I'm probably going to wheel one of these cards, I would guess. So I'm just wondering if I want the Battle of Frost and Fire for another good Wrath effect, or if I just want to go hardcore on the ramp. I think I'm going to take the Migration Path here. I feel like there's a good chance that we can wheel the Battle of Frost and Fire. And if not that, then Overgrowth or something like that. So let's just take the ramp spell. Get our next pack. Interesting. Nesting Dragon, 5-mana 5/4. Landfall, make a Dragon Egg. There's a Mistraven here, could be good. There's an Icy Manipulator, could be pretty good. I feel like I want to just take the Icy. It's a card I'm always happy to have in Limited. Classic Icy Manipulator. Let's take that. Venser the Sojourners in this format. Did not know that. Again, a lot of the cards here are cards you wouldn't normally see in a cube format. For us, we have like a Thought Courier, just a fine Merfolk Looter. There's a Myriad Landscape. This only gets 2 of the same basic, though, so I don't know if that's as good as just taking the Looter. Probably want to do that instead. Next pack. Ooh, an Electro Dominance, perhaps? Could be Dead and Gone as well. Just good, cheap interaction. Can't be bad. Looks like I don't have as much red fixing as I would want right now, though. Let's see. I have Shivan Reef, Migration Path, Talisman, Fertile Ground. I guess I'm not doing too bad. The double reds shouldn't be that much of an issue. Scholar of the Lost Trove. That's not a bad one too, but I feel like I'd rather have one of these cheap interactive burn spells. I think I'm just going to take the Dead and Gone instead of the Electro Dominus because of the mana requirements. Apex Altasaur, 9 mana, 10/10. Enters the battlefield, it fights, and then whenever it's dealt damage, it fights another creature. So technically, you can use this as a really expensive mass removal spell in a sense. I wonder if I want to just take the Evolving Wilds here instead, though, for some more fixing. That's probably a little bit better. Okay, another Talisman here, but not the one we want. Yeah, it's just double off color. I guess I'm going to take the Royal Eruption here for some more cheap interaction. Seems okay. Yeah, this second pack has not nearly gone as well as the first. But that's okay. We still have a full another pack to go. And in fact, that's only pick, what, 6? So 2 more chances to get a really solid card here that we haven't seen yet. Probably need to start taking a few more win conditions as well. Right now, we really only have these 2 top-end creatures. I mean, I guess I have some in the sideboard. Namely just the Neheb, actually. But I'm not too concerned. I'm sure I'll find something. We're probably going to wheel some big blue flyer or whatever, you know. I'm just most concerned about the mana right now. All right. 7th pick, and all right. Well, speaking of a big blue flyer, Una is pretty darn fantastic. The triple blue is a little bit prohibitive, but that's probably good enough to take over the Vivid Crag, I would think. It's probably close, though. Vivid Crag is excellent, but man, Una is so good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with the Una here. Passing the Vivid Crag is awkward, but oof, okay, we did get another pretty good piece of fixing here. Thriving Isle. This is a whole cycle of lands, if you haven't seen them before, the Thriving Lands. So it's basically a duel of one color always, and then another color of your choice. So I can make this either like blue-red, or I can make it blue-green, depending on the circumstance. Great pickup. And yeah, ideally we find like a few more pieces of fixing. We did wheel everything here, by the way. Battle of Frost and Fire, Chromatic Star, Overgrowth. Okay. So the Overgrowth is a lot worse because it only ever adds green, but that doesn't make it terrible. I mean, I actually have a decent amount of burn right now. I have the Bolt, the Slagstorm, the Royal Eruption, and the Dead and Gone. So maybe the Battle of Frost and Fire is not as good here as like the Chromatic Star. But I feel like these Wrath type effects are just too good to pass, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Battle of Frost and Fire. Maybe that means I can cut like the Royal Eruption now, since we have 2 ways to mass deal with creatures, but unfortunately probably not running any of those cards. Don't really do it for me. Which one's this? The blue-black? Darn it, it's no good. Choose 2 target creatures that share no creature types. Those creatures fight each other. This one's fine, so remember, you can do this on 2 of your opponent's creatures. Don't think we need to start it. We did wheel the Electro Dominance. Okay, that's probably a little... If I didn't have the Una, I'd take the Scholar, but since we have the Una, this seems maybe just a little bit better. All right, big old fight creature. Flame Lash, 4 damage, any target, instant speed. Probably not good enough. Look at all those red cards in my sideboard. Holy smokes. Okay, pack 3, I'm going to have to focus on the fixing. I think we have enough win cons now with that Una pickup. I just need to get the means to cast all of my cards. None of these are randomly a giant, are they? It's an elemental. How many spells do we have for the final mode of Battle of Frost and Fire? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's probably fine. Okay, Skyclave Relic it is. Good pack here for us. Multiple choices that help fix / ramp. There's the Springbloom Druid, Vivid Grove, and the Skyclave Relic. I actually wonder if the Druid is maybe a little bit better than the Relic here. It's probably close. Although I would guess that this is more likely to wheel than the artifact. Maybe not. If there was no fixing here, I would take the Drakaseth for sure. Can you imagine? You cascade Maelstrom Wanderer into Drakaseth or whatever and Palaka Worm. I think the Relic is what I want. I'll take it over Springbloom. I don't know if that's correct, but it's close either way, so I don't mind that. Locust God. That's pretty good. That is a card I might consider overtaking this Thriving Grove, but then just realize fixing is too important right now and then take the Thriving Grove. Anyways, this would be fantastic to wheel. We did wheel the other blue-red card, so maybe there's a chance this wheels, but this is a card that people are going to splash for a lot more frequently, I would think. But the fixing's too good, got to take it. Yeah, similar here. Cascade Bluff's probably too good. Oh, actually, you know what? This Fires of Invention could be really, really interesting instead of taking the fixing here. I mean, this is kind of like fixing. That makes my memory lapse bad, but everything else pretty good. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take the Fires of Invention. I think that's fantastic in the deck right now. And, I mean, there's still a small chance that Cascade Bluffs will wheel anyway, but this just seems like it's too good for us, right? Okay, another pretty good pack here. Lots of good choices. I think the Temple of Abandon is going to be the choice for me. Again, just more fixing. Wanted to really focus on fixing this pack. There is a Karuga here too, though. Kind of neat. In fact, I wouldn't need to cut too many cards to run it, but I think that's too memey. Nice though, fantastic pack for us. We picked up Relic, Invention, a couple lands, so fixing is now there, I think. Flooded Grove if we want to, over what? Traverse the Ulvenwald? I don't think we're playing Master of Winds. How many playable? I'm at 19 cards, non-lands. How often am I going to get Delirium here? Let's see. Well, this would be sorcery, some instants. Yeah, not super likely to be enabling the Delirium, but this does have a lot of high upside, being able to tutor for one of my fatties later in the game, perhaps. So I'll go ahead and take that. Some counter magic, sure. Quench versus Deprive. Let's go ahead and take the Quench. I think Wilt would be my secondary option behind the Quench. Nice. This is the red-blue land. Yeah, we'll probably want to take that. Other fine choices. Scions, Chief, Syncopate, all okay, but more fixing, more better. So I need to get like 2 more playables, but that shouldn't be too much of a concern. I have quite a few cards in my sideboard that I can be running if I don't find anything worthwhile, but I'm fully expecting that we will wheel some amount of cards, so no worries there. And yeah, here we go. Varix is not terrible. Intervention as removal is not terrible. I don't remember what this does. 10 mana, 12/12 flash, costs 1 less for each attacking creature. Trample, when it dies, create a 6/12. I'm guessing here I probably just want to take the Discovery. And we have the random chance of casting the Dispersal off of like Relic or one of the dual lands if we get that mana in our hand and already have all of our other colors. Yeah, this deck looks sweet. Maybe needed 1 more win condition, and by that I mean this Drakaseth I'm definitely going to take over Springbloom Druid now? Question mark? Oh my gosh, I just realized. If I take the Drakaseth, we'll have a triple green, triple blue, and a triple red card. Oh, maybe I should just take the Spring Bloom here. It's so tempting, though. All right, we'll go with the ramp and fixing. Hey, even better. All right. Now I don't feel bad that I passed the Drakaseth now that we got the Locust God. Is this good enough in our deck? Probably not. What does this one do again? Dargo the Shipwrecker. 7/5 for 7. Sacrifice any of our artifact creatures. Cost 2 less for each turn. Oh, you can have it as a commander or something. No, you can't do a commander. What am I talking about? Panharmonicon with Palaka Worm. Pretty funny. Yeah. Looks good to me. Need to cut like one card here, maybe? Could just be the Electro Dominance. Don't really need that. Maelstrom Wanderer, Palaka Locust God, Una. So we have like 4 win cons over here. And then a bunch of card draw, fixing, and removal to get there. Yeah, I think that's fine. Right, that should be fine. Hey, Karuga. I'll play that one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, this might only ever... Oh man, we wield the Flooded Grove. This might only ever be like a 5-mana 5/4 that draws a card, but that doesn't even seem that bad. I'm a little bit hesitant to run the Lityara Mirror Lake. Doesn't really go into our deck that well, but it's kind of a free roll. As much of a free roll as a tap land can be anyways. I mean, if it was an untapped blue source, I would always run it. Actually, it has a lot of bad hits in our deck, doesn't it? All of these are legendaries. Maelstrom's legendary, Locust God, Una, Karuga, those are all legendary. So it's only ever copying like Spring Bloom, Palaka, Coiling. I mean, some fine hits, don't get me wrong, just I don't think enough to make worth. Okay, so this is where we ended. Now to find one cut. I think I want all of this red removal. Do I need all of the card draw? I could probably cut like Quench or Memory Lapse too if I wanted. Or maybe Discovery is not super necessary here. Although Discovery is a good way to help get Delirium for Traverse, so seems fine. Yeah, I can probably just cut one of these. Not huge on Memory Lapse. It's fun, but well, you know what? I'm gonna cut it instead of Quench, or rather play it instead of Quench. Let's do that. Figure out on mana base here. That's blue, blue, red. This is actually blue green, kind of nice. This is all 3. That's red. This is blue. Fixing mana's pretty good here, honestly. 2 blue-red lands. Couple of duels in the form of the Thrivings. So I don't think we need all that much red. In fact, taking the Drakaseth would have made my mana so much worse. But we don't really need that many mountains because of my fixing and how many low red pips we actually have. So get access to 10 lands. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that should be good. And then we have the Relic and the Talisman. Alright, I'm digging this deck. I don't know if this is good in the format. I might just get overwhelmed by a bunch of cheap creatures, but we do have a few different ways to kill a bunch of creatures, so I think this looks fun. Let's go to round 1. And here's round 1 of this Nega Cube. All the rejects of Cube in one place. We are on the play with, I guess, a hand that I keep here, right? We have Springbloom Druid for a little bit of ramp. We have the Locust God, which is a pretty durable creature that it's hard to kill. Let's lead on the Grove here, naming blue, since we already have double red. Now that's... So basically, again, this is just turned into a green-blue dual land. And yeah, like I said, white aggro decks are something that I've ran into quite a lot here. Hopefully I can find either my Battle of Frost and Fire or my Slag Storm, or just a way to deal with a bunch of early creatures. No, at least opponent doesn't have any plays there, so let's go ahead and play a forest. Let's sack the mountain. Let's go get... Oh, is that all of my mountains? That's pretty funny. Guess we're just getting more green and blue. That's actually pretty awkward. I didn't realize I only had 3 mountains in my deck, so that's something to note. Because now I can't even cast a double red spell if I draw it next turn. But we did just acquire the triple green for Pelakka Worm later. Battle for Bretagard. Yep, look at this. Token nonsense. Bant tokens from the opponent. So yeah, we're really hoping to draw any of our burn spells, ideally. That will work just fine, and I'm not going to take any chances. Letting Reese, I've always called it Riss, but apparently it's Reese. Letting Reese sit on the battlefield with too many tokens is a recipe for certain disaster. Alright, yeah, full-on Bant from the opponent for sure. Oh, they have a Glare of Subdual. That's really good with tokens. Yikes. Hey, fantastic. Alright. That is one of the cards we were hoping to draw for sure. So hopefully the opponent commits to the board a little bit. I mean, they're going to get 2 more tokens just from the battle here. But yeah, we're hoping they kind of just play out a few more creatures. This is a bad opposition, which even a bad opposition, pretty darn fantastic. Fortunately, if this could tap lands, I might just already be dead, but there are some mind control effects in the format, and there are some white enchantment exile effects, so that's what we're hoping to fade from the Locust God here. Godsend. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 whenever equipped creature blocks or becomes blocked by one or more creatures. You may exile one of those. Opponents can't cast spells with it. Okay, so it's just an expensive +3/+3 effect. Let's go to combat, see if they let me attack. Okay. Sure. Alright, I'll tap down. The question is, how greedy do I want to get with this Slag Storm? I think because we have Pelakka Worm in hand, I don't mind just running this out. The only downside to not Slag Storming early is that any insects that I create pre-Slag Storm are all going to die to it eventually, but I think I'm okay with this. And, yeah, sure, they can equip Godsend this turn, but if they're spending 3 mana just to equip this turn, then we're probably going to be winning that game anyways, right? Sure. Oh, they're actually going to attack me with it. Okay. I mean, I kind of like that. I guess they have triple tap down available to them, but nice. Another fantastic draw. Let's just go to combat. Remember, all the insects made from the Locust God have haste. So I'm going to attack for 2 here, I think. And then play my Fertile Ground. And probably just say go. We're holding open Demon Bolt, and we're holding open Locust God. I don't want to foretell here. People over foretell too much. If I do foretell, then the opponent knows I have something castable, right? Whereas if I just hold it, they don't know. Hopefully there's no way to punish me for not casting this Slag Storm earlier, but I really want them to go a little bit more all in on something. Maul of the Skyclaves. All right, I mean, that qualifies. Now we can Demon Bolt the 4/4 in response. Maul of the Skyclaves will not auto-equip to that anymore. And I guess this is probably the turn that I'm going to fire off the Slag Storm before they can re-equip or anything. I mean, I don't know. It's probably still correct to wait, I guess. You know, they could play one of those token producers, and then I would get punished for firing this off too early. Oh, what do we have here? Harm's Way. Okay. So they're going to redirect the 2 damage, or 2 of the damage from Demon Bolt over to the Springbloom Druid. Whatever, that's fine. Remember, I can always just poop out instant speed 1/1 flyers to block with if I need to. Could also just not attack with any of these insect tokens. Alright, no rush. Let's play the Coiling Oracle. Hit a land, that's fine. And we'll just hold open the Locust God ability and all the tokens. What am I hoping they play here for me to Slag Storm? Like a the Geist Honored Monk or something? Okay. A Johnny. Okay. Now I might want to Slag Storm some of these away. So they get to look at the top 4 and put an aura, creature, or planeswalker from among them into their hand. They grabbed a Prison Term. Sure. Let's go ahead and use the ability here, end of turn. Make another token. So they can tap down 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's go to combat. Wait for them to use the tap down ability. And then I can just produce a token here. 2, 3, 4. Draw a card, discard. Don't need that migration path. And then we can attack and kill the Ajani. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to bother wrathing anymore. I just have too many tokens that I don't want to throw away, you know? I guess they could Prison Term my Locust God, and that would be a reason to fire off the Battle of Frost and Fire. Destroy target tapped creature. I don't even know if that's good. Remember, these all return to hand. So, hey, I have 4 card types in the yard. All right. I'd be searching for Maelstrom Wanderer. Alright, let's discard the Slag Storm, which is probably going to make them scared, but I mean, I just have too many creatures to care. Pretty easy just to cast the Locust God and win from there, you know? I mean, I guess they could hit me for a bunch of damage here if they choose to. Like, tap down the insect. Makes me not chump. Oh, wow. They're going to prison term the insect. Okay, so they really do want to get in for damage here. Crazy. Damn, prison term and insect just to get in for 6. I was not expecting that. I guess I should be a little bit more careful with my life total, but oh my gosh, my hand is so nuts. Oh. All right, let's go to combat. Okay. So don't think we want to attack here. What do I want to do? Kind of want to get the Maelstrom, but also seems pretty good to Locust God into Tidings on the following turn and make 4 1/1 tokens. I guess we'll traverse first since we might as well. Take a look at what else is in the deck anyways. Oh, we have an Una too. Icy Manipulator. Karuga. Actually, we have a decent number of good hits here, don't we? We have a few dead hits with the Maelstrom Wanderer, but we do have a lot of live ones for sure. I wonder if it's actually just better to grab Una. Because it looks like the majority of their deck is white. We could mill them out pretty darn quickly, I would think. Yeah, let's do that. Let's grab Miss Una. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot Prison Term can move from one I was going to say Pokemon. From one creature to another. Aha. That's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. The fact that Prison Term can move. Okay. So, I made a mistake here for sure. In fact, in response to the Prison Term trigger, I should have gone for a mill for 1 in response, so hopefully I didn't just throw the game here. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1 when a creep creature. Yeah, they might just try to kill me on 2 turns. Oh, that's actually really good for us that they moved the equipment over. Nice. Oh, I guess I still only get to kill 1 creature with Battle of Frost and Fire. Oh, I know, I blocked the wrong creature. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't matter. I don't really care if they exile my Oracle. Well, I'm making a bunch of mistakes here. For shame. But the good news is... Let's see. Whenever an equipped creature you control dies, draw a card. So, if I Battle of Frost and Fire here, it's going to kill their whole board. So let's go to combat first, poke in for a couple damage. So yeah, indeed that was good for us that they moved the Godsend over to another creature. I'm sorry, Locusts. You did your job. But now is time to say goodbye to not only you all, but all of the opponent's tokens. They are going to get to draw a couple cards here, which sucks. But I would have to assume this heavily favors me versus them. I wonder if I should have gone for Tidings first. But given that we have the Locust God in hand, I think it makes sense to wait. Gonna get a little nice value here too. We get to scry 3 on our next turn into Maelstrom Wandering. Oh, do they have a response here? Stave Off. Ah, very nice. So that's gonna keep the Stonehaven alive, which in turn keeps their Elf alive. And crap. Now they have... Shoot, they can put me to 1 next turn. Oh my gosh. If I lose this game, I completely deserve it. Yikes. Okay, they didn't equip the Maul. That's even more terrifying, I think. Oh, do they just have lethal? Oh no. What is this? Some kind of mass pump effect? Oh my gosh, Dictate of Heliod. Yeah, I threw this game. There's nothing else to say. Yikes. Feel like that should have been a very easy win, but I kind of just, well, yeah, you saw. All right, lesson learned. We'll bring in the Manic Vandal for sure. Pretty darn good versus all of their equipments. Royal Eruption can probably come in if I want to. I don't think I need the War Marshal. It was just the equipment that really did it to me. They probably have like a few other relevant creatures like that Outfitter dude, but I think we just bring in the Vandal and that's about it. Damn. Damn. All right, here we are for game 2 of the first round after I pretty tremendously threw away game 1, or at least I'm going to say I threw away game 1. It just seems like I was so far ahead at the time. Let's go blue and red here. Just need to find one more land and we kind of start popping off. Springbloom Druid into Fires of Invention into Migration Path seems like an absurd curve out if we can. Ooh, interesting. So I guess here we actually put the Fertile Ground on the Thriving Isle. And that way, if I don't draw a land next turn, I can Springbloom Druid and sack the forest. Fleecemane Lion, okay. Well, we did draw the land, so I guess we get to go like this. Oh, wait, Fires of Invention, that's based on lands. I don't get to play this into Migration Path, do I? That's funny. I guess I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to play Fires and then Demon Bolt instead of Fires into Springbloom Druid. Not actually sure which one's better here. It's close. Both are completely valid plays. Fires into Springbloom or Fires into Demon Bolt. I would guess that the safest play is probably just to kill the Fleecemane. If you don't kill this card immediately and then you get punished, we know they have multiple ways to protect a creature, so this seems right to me. Yeah, so now our next sequence is kind of absurd. We get to, let's see, Springbloom Druid. Floating 1, I suppose. No reason not to. Sack the island. Go grab forest. Island. Then we get to Migration Path, get 2 more lands. Yeah, this is so good. And then next turn, I get to, because I have 6 lands now, I get to just cast Una for free and then immediately use her ability for the maximum amount if I want to. Damn, Fires is so good in our deck. It's nuts. Also, the opponent apparently has a pretty bad draw. Tidings. Play the land. Play Una for free. This might even prompt a scoop, honestly. Would not be surprised. Oh, they did hit their 4th land, though. The Minerals Disc? What on earth? Well, we can disperse that back to their hand, since they have no other permanents. That is a really strange include in their deck, though. And we're just naming white here. Mill 7, yes please. We hit a bunch of lands. Stave off, Chariot. They're running the Royal Scions? What on earth? Not sure how they plan on casting that one. Alright, let's cast that. They only control 1 non-land permanent, so that bounces the disc. And we get to play the Icy Manipulator here and tap down one of their lands on upkeep. So if they don't draw another land, then they can't replay the Minerals Disc. Kind of nasty. This is a little bit bad attacking into a Swift Response, I suppose. But if they have Swift Response, I get to, in response to that, to make a bunch of tokens and then probably just kill them with those anyways, you know? Like, they might even just be dead here anyways, even if they find a land for Minerals Disc. Because all I need to do is make a couple tokens. Song of the Dryads, sure. I think Una still retains the ability, if I'm not wait, no, never mind. Thinking of a different card. Anyways, mill him for 7 in response. Choose white again. Bam, just got 5 hits. Yeah, for sure. War Leader, Reese, Kong Ming. Easy peasy. So this matchup looks very, very winnable as long as I don't just make some egregious errors. I wonder if this Nesting Dragon's good enough. This card kind of seems sweet. I mean, I'm going to try the Nesting Dragon out. I mean, the Altasaur also seems really good versus them, but it's so expensive. But my deck does a good job of getting there, I suppose. Yeah, this has got to be better. It's so much cheaper. I'm going to actually take out the Tidings like a mad lad. All right, game 3 here, round 1. How's our opening hand look? Pretty darn good. We're going to Thriving Isle on green. Then we get to play a Fertile Ground on turn 2. We have Ramp, we have Fixing, we have a Wrath. This is fantastic. Well, there's that Fleecemane Lion again. That's too bad. I will need to find another land here, ideally, but you know what? We could just we might just instantly lose to them playing Maul of the Skyclaves. Okay, phew. Hopefully they just play a different creature out, and I get to kill it. Okay. No land. Yeah, I think it's better for me to Discovery here and dig for lands. It's just too important. We can't afford to miss, and they might be holding up Stave off anyways. So, I think I'm going to jabate them. Put the battle into my graveyard. Put the Flooded Grove on top. Add blue-green, play the Oracle. Hope to hit a land here. That would be so, so nice. Very good. All right. Great sequence there for us. I mean, I'm a little bit sad, of course, to have been the Battle of Frost and Fire, but I think we're sitting in a good spot. I'm not going to block that quite yet. I don't think it would be a bad play, but Battle of Bredegard. All right, there's that. Talisman of Impulse. I have 2, 4, 5 mana. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and just Slagstorm now and play it safe. Wait, I don't want to tap like that. Let's play Skyclave Relic. Attack for 1. Each creature. Coiling Oracle already got its value, so I'm okay with this. And even though they're going to get some more tokens with battle, I think this is still fine. Really, we kind of just want to draw some more lands for Nesting Dragon. Making a bunch of Dragon Eggs seems really good versus them. Oh, they did have a Reese here. They might still be holding up Stave Off. Oh, they messed up this activation, didn't they? Nice land it is. All right, perfect. So now we get to go Nesting Dragon. I'm going to assume they have Stave Off in hand. Play a land, get the Dragon Egg, play the Talisman. Setting ourselves up real nice here. They can't hold up Stave Off forever. Can they? Maybe they can. Oh, what is this? Navineral's Disc again. Okay, super annoying. It has that. Oh, this is indestructible, but it would get to blow up my Fertile Ground and my Talisman. Well, let's start off with some card draw, shall we? Ooh, look at those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 5 lands. I guess the Fires of Yavimaya is not very, or rather, Fires of Invention is not very good here, is it? Let's play the Thriving Grove. Let's add. Let's see, it's already green base. Red. Let's add red. I guess this is not that bad. If they blow up the Navineral's Disc, I get 2 dragons, so they're still in a really bad position. Yeah, we're A-okay here. How much red mana do I have available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they blow this up, I lose 2. Interesting. They're not blowing up the disc yet. Instead, they're using Swift Response. Huh. I mean, I guess they want me to invest more, which makes sense. Oh, I can force the issue, though. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, let's do it. Let's force the issue. I target you, your disc. Okay. Give me some dragons. Nice. Very good. Say go. And the next turn we Maelstrom Wanderer and hopefully win. Well, with a land draw, of course. But even still, this is just a 2-turn clock, these 2 dragons, so. They're going to need something pretty fantastic here. Prison term. That's fine. I could Demon Bolt in response so that they don't get to attach to the Wanderer, but I don't even think that is super relevant. I wonder if I'm just supposed to find a land with that. I guess I can also wait and just grab Una or something. So what we're going to do here is play the Palaka Worm and see if they move the prison term over. If they do, then I get to hit them for 4 in the air. If they don't, well, then they still have to deal with the Palaka Worm later. Okay, they did not move it. That's fine. Seems like it's going to be hard for the green-white deck to come back from this type of situation, though. That was a valorous stance. Kill my Palaka Worm, sure. We have 1 card left in hand, and it is a... Okay, Johnny's a good one. That's only going to net them 1 card, though, as I can just kill that right off. Either just by pumping the dragon or like demon bolting. Okay, they found a Song of the Dryads. That's whatever. I wonder if I'm supposed to just... No, it's so much safer just to kill their Johnny. Because remember, if I play the Maelstrom Wanderer, yeah, I get to double Cascade. But they could prison term the Maelstrom Wanderer, and I don't know, it's kind of awkward. So let's just kill the Ajani. Play our land. Go ahead and traverse for Una. Or the Locust God. Whoop. I take that back. Let's go get the Locust God. Now if they want to wait on the Song of the Dryads, they're still going to take a bunch of damage from the dragon. Oh, no, they did. All right. Good for us. 1 card left in their hand. Let's fire off the Maelstrom Wanderer, baby. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Making sure to hold open double red for our dragon. We get an Icy Manipulator. Fantastic. I'll take it. And a Migration Path. Sure. Thin out our deck. Hit them for 4. Put them to 8. And they are dead next turn. Easy peasy. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Locust God. Remember, this has haste because of the Maelstrom Wanderer. And there we go. Round 1. Got him. Here's round 2 of this cube. We have won the die roll successfully because I'm so good. Ooh, all right. Well, we've got Fires of Yava... I keep calling it Fires of Yavimaya. That kind of dates me, doesn't it? Fires of Yav... oh, no. Fires of Invention in our opening hand. So we'll keep it. We only need to find 1 more land or mana source to cast the fires. And there we go. versus a blue-white deck. So that is a creature-based strategy for the most part. Let's add red here again. But there are a decent number of counters in this format. All right, Illyrios is fine by me. Yeah, we are going to put some good work to this Fires, I think. But from what I could tell, the blue-white deck is more like the Flicker deck. They have a bunch of cards that have ETB abilities and then ways to get value out of those creatures, as you can see here exactly from the opponent's start. Bad news for them, I get to play my land and wrath their board away. And then we get to icy their lands on upkeep. We're going to get to scry 3 here. I mean, that was only a 2-for-1, right? But it looked a lot worse since I killed 4 creatures. The important thing here is going to get the scry 3 for next turn. Sword of Truth and Justice. Not very good versus an icy. More land for me, though. Yikes. All right, we're going to bottom that Talisman. Actually, can I undo that? Shoot, I should have kept the Talisman because that would have let me hardcast the Maelstrom Wanderer the following turn. Oh well. We'll keep the Una, in any rate. And now we're going to tap at Plains on upkeep. Reflector Mage Naked. Okay, that's fine. Interesting play there from the opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the trigger. Very nice. Let's see, it does have pro blue, and Una does make blue and awkwardly. Blue and black tokens. I'm wondering if I want a Discovery now, or if I want to instead dispersal one of those back to their hand. Because remember, with Fires, I can only cast on my turn. I think we'll go ahead and dispersal, because it also gives us another trigger, so fantastic, yeah. I was debating not casting it, but it's just too much value with the Battle of Frost and Fire. I don't really care if they bounce their Reflector Mage and then bounce my Una. We have too many other good plays coming up. So I'm going to let them play out the Reflector Mage if they want to. They have access to a bunch of mana anyways. And I guess I'm going to name white here. Only got 1 hit, darn. Hit 3 lands and 3 blue cards. That's kind of funny. They're not even equipping their Sword of Truth and Justice, though, which gives me concern. I guess I'm going to cast Tidings first. Bait a counter, perhaps. Nice hits. Yeah, let's go ahead and double Cascade. Slagstorm. Oh, is this a... Oh no. Wait. Why can't I cast these cards? Does Fire stop that? Wait, what am I missing here? You can cast spells only during your turn, and you can cast no more than... Oh, the Palaka Worm! That's right! Or sorry, the Fires is cascading. I'm casting those spells. The Fires turned off me. Yeah, so I cast Tidings awkwardly. And, oh, God. And then I cast the Maelstrom Wanderer, and since that was already my second spell for the turn, it fizzled. That's embarrassing. Whoopsies. So I just exiled for no reason. Oh, no. They go on the bottom. Right. Okay. They're not exiled permanently. Oh, God. Okay. Everybody breathe. It's fine. Put the exiled cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. Everybody's fine. Nobody saw it. I'm just making a lot of mistakes, but Fires of Invention with double Cascade doesn't work. I mean, so if the Maelstrom Wanderer was the first card I cast, I would cast one of the Cascades, but I wouldn't cast the second. So I think this card is still fantastic in my deck. It's just I have to be wary of that now. We saw like nothing from the opponent really. This can hit their Master Splicer token as well as their sword, so I guess maybe that's a bring-in. This card also impressed me. I think I should just bring that in too. Maybe cut the memory lapse on the draw. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to cut. Guess maybe Reign of Revelation. I don't know. I have a decent bit of card draw. Oh, that Cascade, though, was hilarious. I'm going to keep this hand on the draw. I do need to find a blue source or just a third mana source in general, but as long as we find one of those, then we have access to Relic and whatnot, which unlocks the rest of my hand. Let's go ahead and Discovery here. And yeah, we'll keep both of those. That seems fine. Opponent's not doing anything yet, so I've got a little bit of time to sit back and also do nothing, I think. Probably just going to play Talisman into Icy Manipulator next turn, depending on what they do here. Okay, that's probably good enough for me to Slagstorm away then. Yeah, so we get to Talisman, Slagstorm, and then we set up for Locust God next turn since I don't have triple blue for Una quite yet. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I do have Una mana now if I want, but let's just get the Scarab God online. The sooner we get this online, the more free creatures we get from card draw. As they, oh man, they have the Soul Herder Reflector Mage combo, which means if I don't find a removal spell, I will just lose here. Okay. Like I said, blue-white blink, very common strategy. Probably need to bring in the Electro Dominance and the Royal Eruption now, seeing all of this. I think I have to Icy here. They did show Memory Lake last game. That would be unfortunate if they had it. But now we get to tap down the Daring Saboteur at least, which means they don't get to loot. This is a problem, though. Possible I should have waited one more turn, before firing off that Slagstorm, because they probably would have played out the Soul Herder, flickered the Wing Splicer. And now I'm getting pretty punished. Two, four, six, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Not looking great for me. So I get to Una and then activate for 2. Pretty darn weak. But that means I wouldn't be no, I just need to draw something here. Okay, 2 cards left in hand. That's not good. I mean, the Una does stop them from attacking for a turn, if nothing else, right? Assuming they have nothing else, of course. Okay, they didn't do anything end of turn, at least. Oh, this is way too much mana. Mind Control? Oh, Icefall Regent. It's pretty yucky, too. Alright, let's try to mill one blue card from them, I guess. Hey, nice, we hit. We hit a Cloud Conceer. Alright, that means I can tap down the Daring Saboteur. And just chump the 4/4 here. I'm going to take 2, go to 7. They're going to flicker the Reflector Mage with Soul Herder. That makes that a 5/5. Una goes back to my hand. Not sure what I need to draw. I don't think that was it. Am I dead on board? Not quite. Got a 1 on board. Okay. Man, Soul Herder, Reflector Mage, pretty darn nuts. So yeah, let's bring in the Royal Eruption and maybe even the Electro Dominance versus them. I guess what I could draw is, let's see. You know what? We have a few outs. If they don't kill me here, that is to say. Okay, that doesn't kill me. Conjurer's Closet, love it. Hopefully they're just... I was going to say, hopefully they're activating the Daring Saboteur, but that, in fact, will kill me. I'll take 8 damage. Assuming they go for it. They see the play. Palaka Worm would have actually been fine. Yeah. All right. We had outs. But it looks like I need to find a way to kill Reflector Mage there. That card just one-shot me, basically. Killed me by itself, I should say. Maybe the Vandal's not so good. Oh, no. They actually played 2 Splicers, didn't they? Yeah, they have 2 Splicers and the Sword. Sword they might have taken out, but... I guess Karuga can be a fine cut. Okay, game 3, second round. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this hand. The opponent's blue-white. We didn't see too many ways for them to deal with a creature beyond, like, bouncing it. So turn 2 Thought Courier might be really good here for me. Though I'm obviously hoping to draw some spells after this. Sure, Daring Saboteur. Alright. Play the Relic and pass. At least give them the scare that I might block if they attack. They might just play land and activate here, you know? Darn. Yeah, I'm not going to actually trade, though. My Thought Courier is too important. Currently, for sure. Discarded a land, alright. Just need to find a little bit of action, but hopefully this does the trick. As they have an Illyrios, that's fine for now. It's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, let's start off with a... I guess I don't need to loot anymore, do I? So this Tidings. Pass. And now if they attack with the Daring, I will block. Great, that's fine. Palaka Worm. What's my game plan next turn? Probably just Icy and tap. Which means I will get to, so we can discard a forest, no problem here. Castle Ardenvale, sure. Master of Winds. Alright, this is where Battle of Frost and Fire would be pretty decent. If I wanted to fire it off this early. Yeah, there might not even be reason to. Discards Vesper Lark, interesting. Dead and Gone, that's also not terrible. Let's go ahead and Icy. And I'm going to play an untapped land here. Because if they flip the power and toughness of this, I can shoot it for 2. And right now it's still just better to tap the reflection anyways. Because I'm only taking 1 if they don't do anything. There's their Splicer. Great. We have a target for our Manic Vandal. We don't want to fire off the Dead and Gone quite yet. Oh, a really good draw too. Yeah. So that seems like a good card to run out right now, doesn't it? Fires. Manic Vandal for free. Shoot their Golem. Play Temple. Scry land to the bottom. And pass. Spectral Sailor, end of turn, okay. Really need to find one of our Wrath effects here. Reflector Mage, sure. So they're going to flip that to a 4/1. Alright, so I'm going to take 5 damage. That's not the worst. Go to 9. Now remember, I can't cast this with fires. I can only cast spells on my turn. Oh, so... Alright, let's lead with Palaka Worm. See if it gets countered. They do have the memory lapse. That's fine, I think. So we're going to redraw that next turn. They have 1 card left in their hand. I guess I just shoot the Spectral Sailor here. So they can't draw any more cards. Tap down the 3/2. This will hit me for 4 on the surface. Oh. They drew a Psionic Blast and killed me. Darn it! Man. So they just had a little bit too much tempo. God, on that one turn where they tapped out, if I had drawn a Wrath, I think we just win there. Oh well. GG's. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, the third and final round. after losing round 2 to the blue-white Blinky Blink. Ooh, this is a pretty nice looking hand here. Ah, I'm sad we lost that last match. It's too darn bad. Reflector Mage wrecked us both times. Game 2 in that previous round, yeah, I might have fired off my Wrath a little bit too early, because if we just wait one more creature and get a little bit more value, I think that's probably good enough for us to stabilize. But in any case, let's try to salvage a 2-1 here with our Maelstrom Wanderer forced teamer nonsense. Opponent leading on the island. And let's just get the looter online ASAP. Glint Nest Crane, another blue-white deck, but this one apparently going to be artifact themed. Oftentimes this is just a 2-mana 1/3 flying. Look at the bottom 4 cards of your library, but looks like they probably had multiple hits there. Okay, Arcanist Owl, nice. So, I think what I want to do here is... well, I guess just loot first. Slagstorm. I think that's probably one we're going to want to keep. It doesn't look like Karuga is going to be too good right now. Let's go for the Coiling Oracle. Drew a Battle of Frost and Fire. It's too bad. Was ideally hoping to hit a land there, of course. Because this doesn't look like a card we're going to cast anytime soon. Blasting Station. Wow. I wonder if they're going to kill my Thought Courier. They didn't. Alright, well, let's discover something, I guess. Any ramp up in here? No. Are those both worth keeping? I think we can bottom the Palaka and top the Tide, and then loot. Hopefully find like one of our Talismans or Fertile Ground. Pitching the Slagstorm. Actually, no. Pitching the Battle of Frost. Well, I don't have double red yet, do I? And they know I have this in my hand, though. Interesting. I guess we'll just pitch the double. And say go. A little bit surprised they didn't just fire this off on my Thought Courier. Okay, they did now. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see if they just end up playing the Owl here. Yes, indeed. I want Blasting Station to be good, but man, unless they have a lot of token producers, it's just kind of awkward. And I'm happy just to slam Tidings here. I mean, yes, again, it's a little bit awkward to cast your card draw and then the Locust got on like a subsequent turn, but so it goes sometimes. All right, there's a lot of ramp and a pretty good card. They still know I have the Battle of Frost and Fire, so I doubt they're going to overcommit too much here. No problem taking 3. I might just cash in the Battle of Frost and Fire if they do cast another somewhat relevant creature for me to kill. Oh, Thopter Foundry. Yikes. That's pretty good. So was Fires, though. Blasting Station with Thopter Foundries. Pretty darn sexy. Alright, let's go to combat. Hit him for 1. We don't actually want to Fires until we get the Maelstrom Wanderer online, though, do we? So let's just develop out our mana for now. I could have also just Skyclaved and kicked it instead of playing out the Druid, but I kind of wanted to thin out my deck of more lands. Not sure if this was correct. Okay, take 4. I'm going to go to 13. And then I'm just going to slam the Maelstrom next turn. Oh, they are going to pop off. Okay, interesting. Oh! Wait a minute. Mirror Retriever, Blasting Station, Thopter Foundry. Wait, this is another target, though, so that's not that bad. It's pretty good, though. Nice little combo. All right, let's go. Give me the goods. Una and something. No, not Fertile Ground. Fertile Ground and... Dun 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 dun. Okay, I accept Icy Manipulator. Hiya. Combo. Thankfully, there cannot be another Mirror Retriever for them to go infinite. Otherwise, we would have a very large problem. I wonder if they should just be sacking like their Blasting Station and whatnot and going off. Oh my gosh. All right. That's kind of problematic. I need to get the Locust God online. Because they're going to start chucking things at my face. Yeah, they can almost kill me here, it feels like. Master Transmuter, nice. Alright, let's attack for 7. Definitely going to want to bring in the Manic Vandal for this one. Alright, they're sacking to ping me for 1, sure. Let's play the Locust God, and then I can hold up, tap down up the Icy and cycle Migration Path for card drop. Yeah. So let's actually tap down the Thopter and see if they attack with the Owl, since this has flying. Interesting matchup here. Okay. Did you draw something to cast? All right, they're going to sack the token, ping me for 1. Yes. They drew something good. What the heck? 7 mana, 8 mana. Your life total cannot change. Okay, let's go ahead and memory lapse that as a pseudo time walk. They're tapped out of mana now too, so this is my chance to do some business. This is actually going to trigger though when I make a creature, which is kind of annoying. Well, that's pretty good too, huh? All right. Let's attack with everything. If they block a 1/1, I get to dead and gone their creature. And what we want to do here is we actually want to dead before damage, and the reason for that is now if they use the blasting station response, I don't lose the token. If I wait for the damage to resolve first, then they get to ping and kill my token as well. So there, usually you want to wait for these type of effects, but there's a reason to do this one preemptively. All right, they're going to take 11 damage here. And now we get to do something funny. We get to cast the Una. Mill them for 1, which can mill their Platinum Empyrean. Oh wait, I don't even need to do that, do I? In fact, I actively want them to draw their Platinum Empyrean, don't I? Yes, never mind. I want them to draw their Platinum Empyrean. In fact, I probably should have played that pre-combat and attacked, because they only have access to 8 mana, so when I icy their Mystic Gate here, they can't actually recast it. Nice, nice. Cool little artifact deck by the opponent. They can almost kill me. All right, so basically they're playing with their hand face up there. Let's see, they can sack, make a Thopter go up to 10. Sack, make a Thopter go up to 11. Sack, make a Thopter go up to 12. And have 3 1/1 blockers. So it's actually going to be kind of hard for me to kill them next turn. Oh, all right. I guess they're just going to scoop. We'll take that. All right. Got them game 1. Let's bring in the Manic Vandal. I don't have any other ways to kill an artifact, though. Maybe Quench, just some more counter magic. This Karuga's been awful every time. I'll just bring in the Manic Vandal and we'll go to the next game. All right. Game 2 of the final round here. I don't know if I can keep this hand. Normally I would versus a creature-based deck, but they're not that creature-based. And so we're just chilling with these 2 cards in hand, hoping to draw more lands or ramp. I think we can do better on a 6. And that looks much, much better to me. I will actually pitch the Una here. We can go ahead and name blue for the Thriving Grove since we have red off of the Talisman and now off of that. We get to play turn 2 Oracle if we want to. As they have a Talisman of their own. Let's go ahead and hope that our Oracle treats us kindly. Draws a card. Now I can go Talisman into Discovery next turn. Kind of nice. Fairy Mechanist. It's like a big Glintless Crane as they hit another talisman, sure. Yeah, let's go talisman into that discovery like we were talking about. Oh man, all the whammies. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to top both because we have the migration path in hand. So next turn we'll have 7 mana available post-migration. What is this? 5 mana Tezzeret. Oh, baby. Oh, that's kind of bad now, isn't it? That's probably just going to kill us. Huh. Well, Ripperino. I guess we'll offer 1 damage for their Thopter if they want. Yikes. Planeswalkers, still pretty good, it turns out. All right, let's get a green and a blue here. This card is just going to absolutely wreck us, though. More so because of the card draw than anything else. Now that they have 3 artifacts, they can just pay 0 or 0, draw 2 cards. Kind of nuts. I didn't even see. Have they activated Tezzeret today? Or this turn? There they go. Yeah. Pretty grody. The ultimate is they get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step, search your library for a permanent card, put it on the battlefield. Yikes. So I guess I'm going to go with Palaka Worm here because it tramples. I'm surprised they didn't just immediately draw 2 cards with Tezzeret. This has been a long draft. This is already, we're pushing an hour, 40 minutes. Not sure if that's a good sign of interactive. Wow, Ugin too? Holy moly. We have a problem. Yeah. Okay, so I can Slagstorm their creatures away. They can ping me for 1 in response. I can Demon Bolt the Ugin. But then we still have the issue of Tezzeret. So I guess our best draw is like, it must be Maelstrom Wanderer into 2 relevant spells. I guess they really want to get Tezzeret up to ultimate range if they're not even drawing with it. Thopter Spy Network too, jeez. Crazy artifact synergies. And I'm over here doing teamer nonsense. I love it. Their deck's great. Okay, I mean, that's what I needed to draw. Let's hope. Come on. Give me the goods. No, that's not good. All right, second card. Good. Medium. Medium. Well, I drew the best possible card, and wasn't good enough. Alright, attack the Tez. They'll ping me for 1 or whatever. Yes. I will go ahead and play my land out. Not that there's actually a good reason to. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to ultimate that, and if they do, what lies in store. All right, here we go. Every end of their turn, they get to tutor for a permanent and put it on the battlefield. I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do to me. Wow, cranial plating too. Holy moly. Oh, this is nuts. Icy Manipulator is currently good versus cranial plating, but once they untap with both of their talismans, they can move it over at instant speed. Okay, let's see what they tutor for. We might be moving over to the next game fairly quickly here, game 3. No whammy, boom. I need a Shatterstorm or something. Oh, right, they have Platinum Empyrean. All right. And a way to get it back, actually. Pretty sweet. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. That is actually... That is actually a way to win the game. Because I can mill them out. That's funny. All right. Attacking with a flyer doesn't do anything because of the Platinum Empyrean, of course. But this game might be winnable yet. Not saying it's likely, but it's possible. Sure, you can keep shooting me for 1. This is my concern, the cranial plating moving over at instant speed. But if I can even just make a couple Thopters, or, well, not Thopters, fairies, that should be good enough. Now, again, they still have a Tezzeret activation available. I'm going to go ahead and just let them attack me if they want to. My game plan is to hit some blue cards off of the top of their library. In fact, what they should be doing is probably... Well... No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyways, let's go for the mills. I really need to hit at least 1, but at least 2 would be nuts. Oh, we hit 0? I hit 3 lands and a white card? Oh my gosh. Oh, do I die here if I don't... Shoot, I'm actually dead here if I don't double block now. That was so unlucky. All right, well, I guess I'm going to hope that they don't see the play. Again, moving the cranial plating over at instant speed kills me. All right, they did not see the play. Fantastic. Now, I have to kill them before Blasting Station kills me because I am at 8 life, but... Yeah, in fact, if I draw Manic Vandal, I have to kill the Blasting Station. Crazy game. Witching Well, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can currently mill for 10. All right, let's see what their Tezzeret emblem grabs now. Because they're on a 2-turn Una clock. Steel Hellkite. All right. Hey! Perfect. There it is. Wow, so I drew Maelstrom Wanderer into Una into Manic Vandal. Kind of lucky. Oh, wait. They have Master Transmuter. This doesn't even work. Well, maybe once again they don't see the play. So this was actually a mistake on my part. I needed to not use Manic Vandal, or rather play Manic Vandal. I needed to just full pump Una. I can still do it for 7 here. And then 10. I guess that's still lethal, but a mistake for sure. It looks like they just let the blasting station die, though. So, okay, we have a chance. We have a small chance. But man, their deck has so much more synergy than mine does. Uh-oh, maybe we don't have a chance. Wow, end of turn dispersal, my Una. All right. Well, like I said, we got pretty unlucky on that last Una hit. Hopefully we can hit a couple here. 2? Only 2. A lot of lands. I mean, I guess it makes sense since they're running a bunch of artifacts, of course. Maybe we didn't get that unlucky. Bounce the Witching Well or something. Get some more scry, or get the fairy. Yeah, nice. There's their Thopter Foundry. All right. Yeah, this game feels pretty over, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I could mill for 4, maybe 5 with a land draw. I don't think there's a reasonable way I win this game. Their deck is sweet, though. All right, let's see if they make the play. All they need to do is move the cranial plating to the Master Transmute at instant speed. Hey, they did it! All right, so they missed that last turn, but they found it this turn. GG, let's go to game 3. God, their deck is so much cooler than mine. Oh, that is to say, they have so much more synergy. Mine is just a bunch of pile of good cards. All right, let's bring in the dominance. Let's go. GG, go next. Game 3, round 3. How's our hand look? Oh. A little bit questionable. Does need to find a blue source, ideally next turn, but honestly, as long as we find a 4th land by turn 4, hey, that works too. That's actually maybe even better, because now I get to go fires into Thought Courier next turn. Okay. Now hold up. Fires. Thought Courier. And now we can start casting some free spells. Is this the owl? It is, sure. And they found their Thopter Foundry, darn it. Okay, let's start off by looting, pitching a land. This is already on blue, we'll name red. Let's float. I guess it doesn't matter. Go get blue. Green. Play Icy Manipulator. All right. We just need to get some action going here before they can get too much synergy going on, you know? I think there's probably a little bit of merit to like tapping down one of their lands and just taking 3 damage, but I mean, we know they have a 2-mana spell in their hand, so that's a little bit less good. And a Glint Nest Crane. Finding another talisman, sure. Between the Thought Courier, the card draw I draw for the turn, and Discovery, I mean, hopefully I'm able to find something here, you know? That's probably not what we want. That is not terrible. Oh, I cannot actually cast that, can I? I'm 1 short. Let's loot. Yeah, I actually need to draw a land, so... And pass. Yeah, here they start, getting way too much synergy going on while I'm over here with a bunch of 1/1s. Oh, they have Scrap Trawler! Fantastic. Love it. Yeah, we just need to kill that. And I will go ahead and play out my Palaka Worm Hardcast. And say go. Yeah, they have Scrap Trawler, Thopter Foundry, Mirror Retriever. Bunch of nice cards. Tezzeret. That's actually not as bad right now since we have the Trampling Palaka Worm. So we can threaten it pretty reasonably. In fact, if I tap down the owl... Oh, they're going to attack with it. Okay. I was going to say, if I tap down the owl, I get to trample over for enough to kill it, right? Manic Vandal. That's a pretty good hit too, isn't it? So let's go like this. Let's tap down the Crane pre-combat. Send 2 creatures at Tezzeret. That way, if they sack something with the Foundry and double block, it's still going to take 6. And then post-combat, I'm going to Vandal the Thopter Foundry. So they'll be able to sack it in response and make a 1/1. That is 6 power in the air, but I mean, we've gotten rid of their Scrap Trawler, their Tezzeret, their Thopter Foundry. And I'm at 24 life, so the 6 damage in the air isn't as problematic currently. So at this point, I guess what they're hoping to do is what, Wrath? All right, probably don't have Wrath if they're just attacking with the Owl. Steel Hellkite, that's the one we can tap down with Icy. Okay, a draw 4 is pretty good top deck. And then these were not. So let's loot. Hey, that doesn't kill the Steel Hellkite, I guess. Well, Memory Lapse doesn't do anything with Fires of Invention, so we can pitch that. And then we can cycle the Migration Path. Well, a bunch of lands, it's no good. We might be able to bait them here, I guess. Let's attack with everything. And then if the Hellkite blocks any of my creatures, we can Battle of Frost and Fire post-combat. Yeah, nice. Okay, this will work. And now, since we don't have anything else to do, we can go ahead and icy their Mystic Gate on upkeep. And they scooped! Hey! Alright! I mean, I think our deck was really sweet. I'm sad that we lost to the blue-white deck in the second round, but I mean, Maelstrom Wanderer is just too much of a fun card for me to pass up. It was funny that one time I tried to do stuff with Fires of Invention and the Maelstrom Wanderer, but that's the way it goes sometimes. This is the Nega Cube, the reject cube, the secondary choice cube, if you will. Again, it's filled with a bunch of cards you wouldn't normally see in Cube because they're a little bit lower power level in comparison, but you'll still find a lot of good cards. It's a high-power draft format. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.